All right, let's now shift our focus to DRC. Remember that DRC President Felix Tshisekedi has vowed to launch a vigorous military response against M23, who have advanced further in the mineral-rich east of the country after seizing most of the region's main city, that is Goma. Now remember, the capture of Goma, the capital of North Kivu province, is a dramatic escalation of a decade-long campaign that has seen it seize swaths of the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, leaving a humanitarian crisis. Unfortunately, we will not be able to speak to Professor Didier Bitaki, who we're expecting to get a live update from in DRC, but we speak to Natalia Torrent. Actually, we spoke to her a bit earlier. Natalia Torrent, who is from MSF, Chief of Programs in North Kivu. And this is exactly what she had to say when it comes to the humanitarian crisis in the region. Let's listen in.
This is Natalia Torrent. I'm head of programs for MSF in North Kivu, speaking from Goma. Today it's Thursday, and there is another day that seems that the security situation is getting more stabilized, even though there is a still report of skirmishes in some parts of town. MSF has been operational in town since last Thursday, especially ensuring capacity to deal with the trauma cases that has been happening the last days. We are still working in Keshero, which is a hospital supporting the capacity that ICRC has put in place in Ndosho. Since last Thursday, the division is that ICRC is dealing basically with war wounded, with trauma cases that need surgical care, and what we do is to support them, like dealing with less complex cases, and as well cases that may need light surgical care. The last data that we have is that 142 patients has been already received. In the last days, it was half civilians and military. Among the civilians, the majority there were women. Right now, and especially as today seems that calm, it's coming back, and we have some guarantees of movements. We have to start going back to our bases, going back to our stocks to check up which are the situation, especially the ones that they were started or they were tried to be looted in the previous days. So right now we are trying to assess which is the capacity that we have here, and I start having contacts with all the hospitals to assess which is their situation and to see how we could support them, especially to start with donations. We are also assessing which is the water situation in town, because we have heard that since the last days, especially because there was a lack of electricity, the water distribution was not done properly. So we are concerned that cholera could be appearing soon. So that's we are trying to assess which is the situation of the water distribution in the center, because the camps is still functioning thanks to the plant, a water pumping station that we have, pumping water from the river that has been functional before. In parallel of assessing the situation in Goma, we have a start as well thinking how we can keep supporting the projects that we have around the North Kivu province. Because MSF, we have different hospitals and as well health centers that we are supporting. Goma, it's the main supply hub, and right now we have no mobility out of Goma, so we cannot bring them medical supplies, neither fuel. We have been asking and discussing with the teams managing those projects to see how they could as well enter into a kind of contingency to reduce as well the consumptions. And right now we are trying to regain slowly, in a very cautious way, operational capacity, especially now in Goma. So all of us were trying, first of all, to assess all this population that they were in the camps, where they are located right now, because the information is still confusing. We don't have mobility in the whole city. We're mobile per sectors, where situation conditions or security conditions allow us to move. But it's true that we're worried to see, and we'd like to understand where all these population are being located, to see which could be their measure and their immediate needs. Today has been as well the day that we are reassessing the human resources capacity that we have on the ground, and has been the day as well to regaining or to seeing some of our colleagues that these days we only were able to contact by phone to see them in person. But as well, it has been the day that we have learned that some of our colleagues actually they were personally impacted. We were very sad to share that one colleague working with an emergency team has been dead by a straight bullet. The son of another colleague working in one of the projects as well has been touched by a bullet, and slowly we're trying to regain contact with everyone, and we are very sorry that probably we will keep on listening on these unfortunate incidents. But at the same time, it has been a day that we have seen again some of our colleagues in person, and I think all of us we have probably kind of release a little bit of the tension of these days. We are seeing that the city is slowly getting back a little bit to normal. There is transport, shops starts getting open. So I think everyone is trying to stock a little bit up. A small sense of normality after the events on the last days.
All right, that is Natalia Torrent, who is representing MSF. She is the chief of programs in North Kivu, just painting a picture of what exactly is happening on the ground. Remember, M23 rebel groups seized Goma on Sunday, and on Tuesday we saw protests in Kinshasa that led to the banning of embassies such as Kenya, Uganda, France, and the UN buildings. That particular story we continue keeping an eye on, monitoring on the development, and of course we'll keep on updating you, our viewer. Well, that's how we wrap things up here on KTN Prime. I'm Ashley Mazuri. Have a good night.